Hey guys, welcome to Nulas Kitchen. I'm Soliat Badar, and on this channel I'm going to be teaching you how to make authentic African dishes with a modern twist, of course. Now, I asked you guys on my Instagram to help me choose what you want me to make for my first ever episode. And a lot of you said some weird stuff, but a lot of you also said Ayamase, which is a spicy green pepper sauce, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to teach you how to make that. Stay tuned. Now, what you're going to need, green peppers. This is absolutely fundamental to making Ayamase, but I like to mix mine with some yellow and red pepper as well, because the green pepper tends to be slightly bitter. I've got 2 medium-sized onions. I've also got 2 Scotch bonnets. Now, this really depends on how spicy you like it, but I like a bit of spice. I'm African after all. I've got 500 grams of beef. I've also got about 300 grams of shaking, which is cow tripe. I've also got about 200 grams of bamo. Now, you can really use any type of meat you like, whether it's just beef or lamb or even chicken, but I like an assortment of meat, so that's why I'm using these. Let's start. Add your beef and your tripe. I'm just gonna add about a medium-sized onion to this. Just chop it off roughly. It really doesn't have to be that neat. To this, I'm gonna add some thyme. Also, I'm gonna add some curry, about a teaspoon of curry. Gonna add some salt, about a tablespoon of salt. I'm also gonna add some Maggi. This is the crushed one. About a teaspoon of Maggi, or a tablespoon actually. Gonna add a bit of water because the meat produces its own liquid, so I only need like a tiny bit of water. And leave that to cook for about half an hour to 40 minutes. Keep checking it to make sure the meat is tender and it's not too chewy. And let's start with our peppers. So I'm just gonna chop up my peppers really roughly. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just getting it prepared for the blender. Just cut it in nice chunks, nothing special. So be careful with the amount of water you put in it while you're blending it, because when you're cooking it, you really want to get rid of as much water as possible. And the more water you've got, the longer it's going to take for it to cook. If you get pieces like this, the big chunks like this, don't worry about it, just put it in the next batch. Because if you're going to try and blend it, the rest of the pepper will get too fine and we don't want that. So add that in your pot. And repeat the process. So I'm going to check that in about 20 minutes. I've got my meat going on and I'm going to bleach my oil now. I'm going to add the palm oil into this pot. Make sure it's on medium heat. And what we're really looking for is for it to go from this deep orange color to like a light color. Just going to leave this here now with the lid off and just let that water completely dry out. And hopefully this shouldn't take too long. But if you look at my oil, it's changed from the color it used to be, which was this deep orange color, to this very light golden oil. So this is exactly what we want. Just gonna put that aside for a bit. I'm gonna check on my meat. Be careful not to get any water or any liquid into that oil, because you will get burnt. Check on my meat. feels slightly tougher than I want it to be. I'm gonna add a bit of water to speed up the process. Hopefully that'll speed things up. Leave that. This is going on, simmering on. Yeah, I think it's starting to dry up now. If you just bring your camera here. Bring your camera here. Look at this. So when you push it back, see all that liquid? We don't want none of that. All of this, we don't want that. We want it to be dry like this. So just gonna leave that for a bit. And yes! And this is what we want, a consistency like this. Not a lot of water, still. So I'm gonna add my seasoning. Got my salt, got my Maggi. I'm also gonna add my locust beans in there. So you just stir that up, taste the seam. Yep, that's just enough for me. Put it on one side, and now I'm gonna go back to my meat. It's been cooking now for about an hour because I decided to get the toughest beef in town. So it should be ready right now. I've got my, it should be ready now. I've got my deep fry ready. We're gonna deep fry the meat. It's very, very important that you fry the meat off while making ayamase. I don't know why, but it just is, okay? Let's just take this. Get yourself a nice large spoon. If you're trying to go for the healthier option, you can grill it. Just put some spray oil on it and just grill it. So that's gonna fry for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's golden brown. While that's going on, I'm gonna parboil my rice. This is the final process. So we've fried up our meat, looks good. Gonna add all of that in. Dash all of that in. Stir it all up. It's got this beautiful coating. So just stirring it up now, and just taste it to make sure that the salt and the seasoning is enough. That's good for me. Gonna add the oil now. I need you guys to be really, really careful with this because it can be dangerous, and palm oil is super, super hot. Gonna add it and cover it immediately. Leave that to simmer for about 2 minutes. We're gonna check back at it. And while that's going on, I'm gonna crack open my egg because it's not real ayamase until you have some boiled egg in it. Okay, let's check this. Oh, yes. How amazing does this look, guys? This is just what we want. It smells like real ayamase. This is just what we want. But wait. We're not done yet. So we'll put in our eggs. Just kind of cover it and with the sauce. And there you go, guys. I have been waiting for this for home. You can taste the peppers, you can taste the onions, you can taste the locust beans. The palm oil just sets it off nicely. If you like this video, guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please leave me a comment on what you want me to cook next. Okay?